Hello, my name is Cassie, and my project was on the Chernobyl disaster that took place on April 26, 1986. The Chernobyl accident in 1986 was the result of a flawed reactor design that was operated with inadequately trained personnel. The resulting steam explosion and fires released at least 5% of the radioactive reactor core into the environment, with deposition of radioactive materials in many parts of Europe. Large areas of Belarus, Ukraine, Russia, and beyond were contaminated in varying degrees. The United Nations Scientific Committee on the Effects of Atomic Radiation has concluded that apart from some 6,500 thyroid cancers resulting in 15 fatalities, there is no evidence of a major public health impact attributed to radiation exposure 20 years after the accident. I included this picture and some information about the Pripyat Amusement Park because I thought it was interesting that this Ferris wheel is one of the most iconic pictures taken in Chernobyl and is widely visited by tourists. The park still contains varying levels of radiation, although the concrete areas are mostly safe. The area under the Ferris wheel has some of the highest levels of radiation in the amusement park. There are rumors that the park was opened early for one day on April 27th to entertain and distract the people from the disaster, but no one has been able to confirm. The Chernobyl accident resulted in almost one-third of the reported cases of acute radiation sickness reported worldwide. Cases occurred among the plant employees and first responders, but not among the evacuated populations or general population. The diagnosis of ARS was initially considered for 237 people based on symptoms of nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Ultimately, the diagnosis of ARS was confirmed in 134 people. There were 28 short-term deaths, of which 95% occurred at whole-body doses in excess of 6.5 gray. Underlying bone marrow failure was the main contributor to all deaths during the first 2 months. Allergenic bone marrow transplantation was performed on 13 patients, and an additional 6 received human fetal liver cells. All of these patients died except one individual who later was discovered to have recovered his own marrow and rejected the transplant. 2 or 3 patients were felt to have died as a result of transplant complications. Skin doses exceeded bone marrow doses by a factor of 10 to 30, and at least 19 of the deaths were felt to be primarily due to infection from large area beta burns. Internal contamination was of relatively minor importance in treatment. By the end of 2001, an additional 14 ARS survivors died from varying causes. Long-term treatment has included therapy for beta burn fibrosis and skin atrophy, as well as for cataracts. Many people don't know that Cuba played a big role in helping the victims of Chernobyl, mainly children. As many as 25,000 children were treated between 1990 and 2011, according to Cuba Debate. These children came from Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus. The children were treated for cancer, deformations, and muscle atrophy, among other ailments. I was told by my nursing instructor last year that the series that originally aired on HBO called Chernobyl did the best job depicting what happens to the body during acute radiation syndrome, if you're interested in learning more about the disaster. I watched the series and it was very interesting. There's only one season spanning over 5 episodes. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for watching.